Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. Here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another top 10 list for the Walking Dead television series as of the beginning of season 4. And that is, what are the top 10 most shocking moments in the Walking Dead television series? Let's do it. Okay, so this is one quite a few people requested, wanted to see me go ahead and do on what are the top 10 most shocking moments. In terms of everything and how everything's been going, I want to thank you guys for your support. A few people have been asking what's going on in the basement, are you going to do an update, that type of thing. Well, basically, just to let you guys know really quickly, I'll just do it in this video. Essentially, everything with that is good. It's all dry. There's no water down there or anything like that. But it's basically just concrete floor, and there's a lot of dust and stuff like that still that I haven't had a chance to clean out. It's taking a while because they had to remove a section to get this pipe out that was causing the trouble. So right now I'll have to use this as my filming station. Sorry for the green walls. I know a lot of people don't like that. Don't like the way they look and that kind of stuff, but the color and all that. But you know, for now I'm going to leave it this way. I don't want to get into creating a whole background again. It's a lot of work. It took me the last one to build the whole thing and put up everything and cover it completely with comic books and posters and all that kind of stuff. It took a really long time. It took like weeks to do that. Every night I would work on it for an hour or so, and it really did. And a lot of those posters were destroyed because we had to quickly rip them off the walls and just like throw them in boxes and stuff, so they weren't kept very nicely. So I'll have to get new posters and new stuff, and for now I'm just going to leave it clean, because just putting up a few things and not completing it makes it look even worse. So in terms of the background for now, my apologies. It's going to have to stay like this for a while, and maybe eventually in a few months I'll get a whole bunch of really cool posters and fill the thing with some awesome posters and all that kind of stuff. So just to let you guys know, that's what's going on with that. So let's get down to it. In terms of the list, top 10 list, we'll do a few honorable mentions before we get into the actual countdown, ones that were close. Now, there have been so many shocking moments in the Walking Dead television series over the course of the last 3 seasons. Some that didn't make the list but were really close and were taken into consideration were when Morgan stabs Rick in the chest in The Walking Dead Season 3 Clear. I thought that was pretty shocking. You know, I didn't expect that to happen, and then boom, it just happened like that. Plus, the way they shot it and everything, it looked like it went in all the way, and it looked like it hit his heart. So that was really, really like, whoa. Of course, that was like a TV stab, because in real life, if you were stabbed like that, you would die. There's nothing anybody could do. If a knife that big went into your chest right here, you're dead. I don't think you would survive at all. You certainly wouldn't be getting up afterwards. So that one's one of the most shocking, didn't make the list. Another one is when Michonne saves Andrea in the season 2 finale, when she kills that walker. The way they shot and everything was pretty shocking, because you didn't expect it. And then you just see the sword come through and you see her with the cloak on and all that kind of stuff. So that was a pretty good moment there. I like that a lot. Didn't expect that. So that was close. Michonne stabs the governor in the eye with the glass. The whole fight was pretty shocking. The Penny kill, everything, Andrea coming in afterwards. But I'd have to say the most shocking moment out of all of that was when she grabbed that dirty piece of glass and stabbed him with it in the eye. Oh, that was pretty brutal. You can understand why the governor is so evil now after that, absolutely. So that was close, and Herschel getting bitten on the leg. That was pretty shocking too. I didn't expect that either, and what happened afterwards, everything, that was a pretty shocking moment too. So without further ado, let's get into the list. Number 10 on the list, from least shocking to most shocking, down to number 1. Number 10 is going to be when we find Andrea and we discover that she has been bitten and she shows the bite. It was shocking. It wasn't shocking because we didn't get to see Milton actually bite her. They didn't show that. I think they filmed it, but they took it out. They didn't put it in. Maybe it didn't turn out that well, or they figured it would be better this way. More suspense. People would know, you know, was she bitten? Was she not bitten? It keeps people watching, all that kind of stuff. So they didn't put it in there. But that was pretty shocking when she just showed it, and you're like, oh, shit. Especially because she had been such a important character all the way through season 3 and previous. So many important moments in the television series, like for example for me the RV zombie kill in season 2. That was a huge moment for her, killing, having to put down Amy, I mean, so many different moments from her in the series, and we expected her to live on a long time because of the comic books, because she's still alive in the comic books to this day, and such a great character that we wouldn't expect to see her get killed just like that. So that was shocking when we figured out she had been bitten. At least in my opinion, very shocking. So that's number 10. Number 9 is Rick stabs Shane. That's got to be on the list, absolutely. I mean, we kind of knew it was going to happen because of the comic book series. We didn't know when, though, because he had survived a season ahead of where we thought he probably would have. And it was just a shocking moment. I like the foreshadowing that Rick tells him a couple episodes before that they got to start using their knives more. And the way it happened and everything, the quickness of Rick stabbing him and everything like that, trying to calm him down first and then doing it. It was a pretty shocking moment, and such an important character, so that would have to be on here too, absolutely. Number 8, Dale gets his guts ripped open by a walker. Oh man, that was really shocking to watch. It got spoiled for me before I saw it on television, just through the channel and stuff, people talking about it. It had been leaked, so was the Shane death, but it was still shocking to see it, and then Daryl having to put him down afterwards. That was a really shocking moment there. So that's number 8. Number 7 is going to be Shane shooting Otis in the leg. That was a really, really shocking moment because you wouldn't expect Shane to do that. That was a twist. That was a huge character sort of change in his evolution to go ahead and just shoot Otis like that and leave him there. Shane's supposed to be a good guy, or before that he was. You would think of him as that. And that was really a shocking moment where he just shifted towards that other direction and really showed that even though he was a cop before all this, things have changed. Things have absolutely changed. So that's definitely got to be there for sure. All right, number 6 is the death of Lori during childbirth. I mean, that whole thing was shocking, because we didn't expect her to die then. I would have expected her to die in a season finale or a mid-season finale or something like that, but not there, especially when we knew prior that TDog was bitten. We would not think that she would die giving childbirth like that at that time. So that whole thing, even though it wasn't like a split second, whoa, it happened like a gunshot or something, it was still really, really shocking. Now we're into the top 5. Number 5, also from the same episode, TDog bitten. Yes, that was shocking too, because T-Dog's a character that wasn't alive or wasn't created in the comic book series, so we didn't know how long he was going to survive. We didn't know what they were going to do with him. They had announced prior to season 3 that he was going to get a bigger role, and in season 3, so we're expecting him to have more lines and lots more things happening with him, and then boom, that just happens out of nowhere. It was misinformation, basically. I like that they did that, though, because it made it even more shocking when it actually did happen. Saving Carol, everything like that, just the walker that bit him and everything. That was a really, really shocking scene. So that one right there absolutely has to be on there as top 5. Number 5. So number 4 is Carl getting shot. Season 2, you guys might not remember, but when he goes up to the deer and Otis accidentally shoots him. Why is that so high on the list? It was so shocking. You wouldn't expect that to happen like that. Well, unless you'd read the books and kind of knew something similar to that would have happened. But at that split moment, the season premiere was just ending. It was just wrapping up, which, by the way, was amazing premiere of season 2, What Lies Ahead. And then boom, like a gunshot out of nowhere, he goes down, and you see Rick's face and everything. It was just so shocking because it happened so instantaneously, and you're going from a moment of like just a beauty where he's looking at this deer, this beautiful deer there, and boom, it's all taken away in an instant. So that was a really, really shocking one. Got to be high on the list. That's number 4. Number 3 is Rick kills Tomas. Yes, I know that's pretty high, but still, it was such an instantaneous, shocking thing to see him, shit happens, and then it just, boom, right in the forehead, right in the middle of the forehead, cracks down on it. You wouldn't expect Rick to do something like that, even though things have changed, and that kind of shows how much Rick has changed as a character over the series, that he would do that just like that, just execute a guy like that. But to see him do it was like, whoa, crazy. That's season premiere type stuff right there. So that for me is number 3, Rick killing Tomas, stabbing him in the head. Number 2 is Sophia stumbles out of the barn. Oh man, that was a shocking moment. This one was almost number 1. Such an important moment in the series, and you wouldn't have expected it. Nobody in the comments, like I've said this before in my videos, nobody called it. Nobody said, "Oh, she's in the barn." You know, "Oh, that's easy. She's in the barn for sure." No, they might say that afterwards, but beforehand, I know because I was looking through forums and everything like that. Where's Sophia? Where are they going to find her? Nobody was like, "She's in the barn." Nobody. I didn't even see one person in any message board or anywhere say that. So when she came out, boom, that was one of the most shocking moments in the whole series, absolutely. So that's number 2, the runner-up. Number 1, what can number 1 be if that's number 2? Number 1 is The Walking Dead Season 3, Episode 10, Home, when the governor shoots Axel. That was a great, great moment, great scene, because the way they did it was really what made it so shocking. He's just talking to Carol, and you're sitting there watching, thinking, "Oh yeah, they're going to hook up. It's going to happen sooner or later." And then we don't know where the governor is. We don't know what's going on, and then all of a sudden, just boom. You know, and the way they did it, you know, that we didn't know that was going to happen. It shocked both the group and the viewer. So we felt a lot like what Rick's group would have felt like when that happened. You know, mid-sentence, when you wouldn't expect it, Axel is shot in the head just like that, talking to Carol just like that. That was masterful, the way they did. Everything about the way they did. The way they didn't show us where the governor was, we didn't know. The episode was kind of slow. We're thinking, oh, this is going to be an okay episode or whatever, but it's kind of slow. And then out of nowhere, just boom, under attack, siege. So that for me is the greatest. I mean, I can understand if people wanted to put Sophia above that, or maybe some of the other moments of the series that they didn't expect as much that were very shocking as well. But for me, because of how well executed that was, and just like totally you watching the scene and having been lulled into a false sense of security right before that happens, oh man, that's the best one. That for me is the best one. Even though Axel's not the most important character, and there are more important character deaths on here, on this list, still, that one, the way they shot and everything was by far the most shocking in my opinion, absolutely. So there's been so many moments in the Walking Dead television series. Please let me know that were really, really surprising or shocking. Please let me know if you guys think I've lost or I forgot any. I mean, every time I do a top 10 list, people are like, "Oh, but what about this?" Or, "But what about that? This happened and that was this, and how come you didn't put this on the list?" Well, you know, I go through as best I can. I think back to each episode and I try to narrow it down to the ones I think are the most deserve to be on the list. But there's always ones that maybe I might miss, or you know, that might be on there or should be on there. Please let me know what you guys think are the top 10 most shocking moments in the Walking Dead television series. Put your list below. If you want to do a video response, feel free to go right ahead. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, making Walking Dead videos and all that, even though I'm in a new environment, so I'm out of my my territory, or out of my, you know, I had everything set up just the way I wanted it. It was all perfect. Everything was great. And then that happened and screwed it all up. So I'm out of my element a bit in this new location and stuff. Not sure if the sounds as good because it's smaller, so there may be some echoing a little bit. So I'm still working everything out. And let me know if you guys hate the background and you think it's awful, or if you think it's not that bad, it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the list, and if you have any other ideas for video topics, please send them to me. I do have quite a few left over still, but you know, I'm always open to taking more, and if I see one that I really feel like doing or sounds like it'll make a good video, then I will do it. Anyway, I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.